guest tonight is the only Republican mayor elected to 2 terms as mayor in the history of the city of New York. Please welcome Rudy Giuliani. Oh, how are you?
I feel great.
Yeah, you feel terrific?
I think I do, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I'm a little concerned about you, actually. Yeah, your behavior, actually, as of late, has been worrying me quite a bit. And I thought, why not just get right into it? We have a little, I guess we have a couple of photos here, and I wanted to ask you just what's going on. Can we see here what we have, Liz? Why don't we just put up some stuff? Now, this is you, of course. That's last year. I'm hoping this is you.
That's not me.
Yeah. Yes, that is you.
That cannot be me.
That is you. That's you in some kind of Victor Victoria sketch. Now let's move on. Here you are in Saturday Night Live, in drag. And then, of course, ending up, this is just a few days ago, this is you as Gene Simmons. Yeah, I
was flying at that point. Do you know that?
This is for
I was about 25 or 30 feet above the stage at that point. I flew in.
Oh, well, that makes it not crazy at all.
Yeah, it was good. I was hooked up like, you know.
This is for some sketch you did where you're playing the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, I played.
Now, are you having some kind of meltdown? Or what's happening? What's happening?
2 of those are part of an annual show that takes place called the Inner Circle, where the press spends about 2 hours making fun of the mayor and all of the people that work with me and other politicians, and then I get 30 minutes to respond.
Right. And you said, I'll show them. I'll dress up as a woman.
No, I dressed up as Marilyn Monroe the year before and sang Happy Birthday to President Clinton.
Yeah.
And then I did, honestly. What's so funny about that?
That could have gotten you in trouble. Yeah.
And then this year, and I did that with the cast of Victor Victoria and Julie Andrews. It was great fun. And then this year, we did a sort of takeoff on Beauty and the Beast with Deborah Gibson and the cast of Beauty and the Beast and Chuck Wagner.
So you were in a harness. I
was in a harness. I came down. I had a cast had been placed on me, and I had become a beast. And then I got to sing a few of the songs with Deborah Gibson and Chuck Wagner and all the cast.
Okay, but you know,
and you sort of make fun of. A part of it is you make fun of the press after they've made fun of you.
Okay, but here's what I'm curious about. Ed Koch, he waited till after he was done being mayor to go completely loco. and you know, now we've seen him. We see him everywhere. You're doing it while you're mayor.
In this show, years ago, Fiorello LaGuardia came in riding on top of an elephant.
One of the great mayors of New York.
One of the great mayors of New York City, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about something that, well, it's of great concern to Andy. You're shutting down porno in the city.
So unfair. Incredibly unfair.
You're shutting down. No, okay, that's unfair. Yeah.
No, it's a joke.
Are you okay?
It's a joke.
You're going to shut down. Okay, forget Andy. We'll pretend that had no bearing on anything.
Mirror is a schoolgirl.
Yeah. Okay. You're shutting down all the porn in the city. Is that right? You want to get pornography and pornographic shops out of New York. Is that right?
As much as possible.
You know what? You can't see our audience right now, but they're naked. But you want to leave.
They're going to affect the image of the city?
Well, I mean, you could argue that that's one of the things that people come to New York City for, you know, to check out the porno.
We would prefer that they came for Broadway plays, the great museums.
This could change Broadway plays.
Right.
They're more interactive, and you're gonna shut down all but 30. Is that right?
Well, you have to leave a certain number because of the constitutional right of free expression. So we have to do a balance.
The word porno is in the Constitution.
Right, somewhere or other.
Oh, really?
I don't think that Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and James Madison in particular, who wrote the first draft.
It was Hamilton.
I don't think he was thinking that way, but you know, in any
Hamilton
event,
said, "Wait, we are not done. What about porno?" No one must leave. Can you hang on one sec? We have to, we're going to do a commercial. We'll have more with Mayor...
They're not going to leave and go to a porno shop.
No, they may, if I know this group. Mayor Rudy Giuliani. We'll be right back. And in general, you're trying to civilize New York.
We're working on it.
You're working on it. You have, we talked about getting rid of pornography.
Right.
You have,
graffiti.
Yeah, you have gotten, murder rates down.
Murder rate is the lowest it's been in 32 years, and the crime rate is the lowest it's been in 32 years.
Okay. But now, and those are things that most people can get behind, you know?
Right.
Down with murder, yay. But, but now you're saying...
Pornography's a little mixed, I can see.
Yeah. Don't mess with their porno. But when you... But I was curious about, the attempts to no jaywalking, which people that have lived here all their lives say, that's just, madness. How can you stop jaywalking in Manhattan, that's...
The reason for it?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason for it
in an encapsulated version.
Last year, traffic fatalities went up.
Right.
Murder went down, traffic fatalities went up. So... what we're trying to do is convince drivers to drive more carefully, bicyclists to be more careful, and pedestrians, like it's not a good idea to walk in the middle of traffic. Those cars are big and they can hurt you. Mm-hmm. Like they really, this is not like in the middle of Fifth Avenue when those cars are coming down.
But that's just a God-given right every New Yorker has, is that they're allowed to,
unfortunately,
they're allowed to wander in the middle of Fifth Avenue and babble insanely.
They are.
That's just something that we...
And then, unfortunately, occasionally a car doesn't stop on time, a driver isn't driving carefully enough, and we have a terrible, tragedy. So it would be better and safer if they would cross, what is it, cross at the green, not in between, or you can get hurt. Remember that old lesson?
It's a catchy tune.
Yeah, right. Like we'll keep more people alive that way.
Right, but what about, one of the things that I'm sounds like if you enact this next one, I will not recognize New York anymore. You want the cabbies here to drive responsibly. I'm telling you.
We're training them. We're going to give them extra requirements so that they drive better and safer, because cab drivers, as well as drivers, pedestrians, bicyclists, cause these accidents.
So you're testing up special tests for taxi cab drivers.
This year, my objective for the city, should be all of our objectives, is we have fewer traffic fatalities. We save more lives, which is where a city should go. A city should always be getting better.
But I thought this was, and no one was hurt. That's why I thought it was hilariously funny. But your car was hit by a cab last week. Now, what did this guy think when he smashes into a van and gets out to punch the van driver, and it's you?
I had a press conference. I walked out of the press conference. A lot of the discussion was about this, cars driving more carefully, etc. And I got over to my van, and just as I got to my van, a taxi gave it a little shot. Boom, like that. And he was very, very nervous. He jumped out of the cab, ran up. I think he was kissing me. I love you. I think you're a great mayor.
You were dressed as Marilyn Monroe at the time. I should point that out. That wasn't all his fault.
And it really was just a small little bump, no damage.
So he'll never drive in the city again. Is that right?
No. I tried to ease some of his some of his nervousness. He's now a
seagull inspector on Governor's Island, right? We have to ask this, or I'm not doing my job. Many people are curious that you've been very successful here, and they say that this is a guy, Rudy Giuliani, who is going to run for president in the future. They're saying that you're being groomed, you'd be a great Republican candidate, and I thought it would be amazing if you announced right now on this show. That would make this show historic.
The only future so far for mayors of New York in the 20th century has been to become talk show hosts.
The People's Court is not a bad gig.
Court, that kind of stuff.
And Ed Koch may turn that into a presidential run.
So, I'm working on acting. That's really my future.
But it would be great for me if you would announce.
Announce that I want to be a talk show host?
No, announce that, you don't even have to be specific. You can say at some future date, I may run for president. What's wrong with saying that? No?
I didn't hear that.
Do you mind if I say it?
Well, yeah, free speech.
Okay, I'd like to make a little announcement, ladies and gentlemen. And this is important.
That's great.
this is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. At some future date, Rudy Giuliani may or may not run for president.